Hello and good morning. Merry Christmas from Reader's Retreat. Paul. And if you celebrate any other type of holiday today, happy holidays. So we're here and it is Christmas morning book chat or chat with books. And mainly I'm going to show you the 10 books that I put on my TBR for next year that I'm looking forward to. And this is a open panel, but you have to show yourself before you come up. That's always been my rule, always will be. So we're going to see who all comes in. And like I said, this is just a book chat. Hey, Frosty. Merry Christmas to you, bud. Yep. Happy New Year to you, too. If you want to come up, you can. We're going to be talking about books. I'm going to show 10 books that I'm looking forward to. That's on my next year's TBR. But I do have the link pinned to the top. If you want to come up, you're more than welcome to. If Erica wants to come up, she's more than welcome to, because I know she likes books. So it'd be awesome. And you can, if you're up here, you can tell me really good what you think of the books I picked up that I'm looking forward to for next year. Okay, bud. No problem. I didn't make me no coffee this morning. I've been up for a while, but I haven't made no coffee. And but yeah, I got 10 books, and I know 3 of them Erica already read. I'm pretty sure she already read them, because she's always ahead of me on the Hollows books. I'm about ready to wrap up the first series, and she's already on. She already read 3 books of the new series, and that's awesome. And now while we're waiting, I did get my nephew did give me a Christmas card, by the way. That's the second Christmas card I got this year. I'm not big on Christmas cards, but I gotta say that I'm on chapter 5 of this book, The Demoness, and I am enjoying this book. If you haven't read this book, pick it up. It is by Thomas E. Sanofsky, and it's called The Demoness. And let me go to my Goodreads real quick and see how far I'm done. I'm not done very far, but okay. I am 18% done with this book. There's 336 pages in this book, and I'm only on page 59. And that's because I just started to where I could read again. And my left eye, quit making tears, and it dried out everything. And the doctor said that it looked like somebody took a sandpaper and took the first layer of my corolla, or whatever it's called, off. So I'm just now getting to where I can read again. Or whatever it's called. That is a fast 10 minutes.
Hello. I got up late, so I just started lunch / Christmas dinner about an hour ago, so I'm good for the next few hours.
Yeah. But this is a darn good book. I'm only going to be on chapter 5, but so far I'm enjoying this a lot.
Well, one, I'm glad you're enjoying it, and two, I don't know if you saw the announcement on my channel, but Kim Harrison's new book comes out June 15th.
Awesome. I'll be waiting for that one.
So I thought I'd let you know about that at least. So,
but I'm going to be talking about 10 books that I'm looking forward to on my TBR for next year. And have you made a TBR the books that you like to read next year?
I did for January.
January. I picked out 100 some books for the whole year. And the thing is, I'm just now getting around to where I can read again.
Oh, and I don't know if I showed you, but I did talk about Kim Harrison. I thought I'd bring something up. Something I have, I don't think you have yet.
Probably not.
Work. It's based on the Kim Harrison Hollow series. It's the graphic novel.
Okay, yeah, I don't have the graphic novel. Awesome.
But the first one is pretty cheap on Amazon. But the second one's super expensive because it's only hardcore graphic. That's like $50. I got this for like $5.
Yeah. Give it 5-6 months and go to Ollie's. You might pick it up for $3 or $4.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm always looking for deals.
But now I can say I've actually got into it a little bit, and I know who some of the characters are.
Yeah. I mean, the Pixie is the comedian of the bunch. I mean, he is one of my favorite. I mean, all three of them are my favorites as far as for different positions. The Pixie is the comedian.
June 13th comes out.
Awesome.
So
I think I seen that. I think Kim Harrison had that on her on her page.
Yeah, and if you pre-order it, you definitely did get a discount.
Yeah.
But you got to pre-order by May 1st.
Yeah, how much a discount?
I don't know exactly. I just know.
I think he said it's around the average of how much things really are.
About the average of the regular one that came out.
Yeah.
Around 28 if you order it by it's $28. If you pre-order, it's only $19.
Okay. So since I belong to the Sci-Fi Club, I can get it for $14.99.
There you go.
I'm always looking for the cheaper prices. Thing is, if you guys join the that Sci-Fi Club, you can skip all the months until a book comes out that you like, but you have to order 2 books at a time, and you have to pay for two things at one time, which is $2.14 something, but it's $14.99 plus 2 times 2.
Yeah, and you're right. You said wait a few months. Now it's on sale for only $14. Her second graphic novel, Blood Crime.
Awesome.
They're both based on the Hollow series.
Right.
I just looked 2 weeks ago and it was still $50. Now they want $14.
Yeah, I mean it just. I mean everything goes down over time.
So the first one's just kind of a preview, getting you introduced to all the characters and what everybody does, and the second one actually goes into the story. So
right,
that's why I want to read the second one.
Right, and I understand that. That's for sure. Right. Let's see. And I understand that. That's for sure. Oh, that was me. Anyway, sorry. I'm trying to share this out.
That's okay. I'm pretty sure you did. I know it's irrelevant for this one, but let's just say I'm sure you did better with your picks this week than I'm doing so far. I'm doing terrible.
Honestly, I'm doing pretty shitty.
Really?
Yes. So I mean, I'm getting used to doing the shitty part.
I looked at mine. It's like, holy crap! I only got 6 right, but only 4 games left.
I don't know how many I got right. Okay, I put it on my community tab to share it out.
I pretty much got up, made sure I had all the stuff laid out. I did all the pies last night. I started the turkey, and I sent Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. It was online, not only on Instagram and Facebook, but also on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I found a new friend in Korea.
Yeah. Awesome. So far on the NFL thing, it looks like I only got 4 right.
Yeah, but there's 4 left. You could jump ahead of me easy.
Not really, because I mean you went for a few teams alike.
Let's just say Erica wasn't happy when the Vikings won.
I wasn't ever. Wait. I think I did go for the Vikings.
The one
Yes,
time
I did.
The one time I went against them, they actually lost, but it stayed good till the end, though.
You mean they won?
Yeah, they won by a field goal at the end of the game, but it was close the whole way.
Yeah, and it's one of the few times I went for them and they won. Oh.
Yeah, I got to get some books together to get into it. Right now, I've just been doing audio.
Yeah.
I'm doing pretty good on audio. I'm up to 10 books this month already.
Yeah. Awesome.
I want to do one more for my goal for December, and then hopefully I can get back into another book. I don't mind audio, but I want to get back into reading, but I think I'm going to have to wait till after the first of the year.
Well,
That's too much going on.
Right. The thing is, this year, I've been having a lot of trouble trying to read. So I did do my 52 books for my challenge on Goodreads, but I finished it up with like 3 audios, which I never led ass into, but I couldn't read physically, so I had to do something to help me out.
Well, I figure whatever works. Hey, I'll throw in a graphic novel or something if I don't get to it.
Yeah, me too. I'll throw in some comics. But I do the same. Hey, Mr. J.
Hey, Mr. J.
But the thing is that my left eye, it quit making tears. So I don't have no lubrication in my eye. And then she said that it looks like someone took a piece of sandpaper and took the top layer of the aola, or however you pronounce it.
Cornea and stuff, yeah?
Yeah. The cornea, it looks like somebody took a piece of sandpaper and took the top layer of the cornea off.
Well, be careful when it comes to your eye. I had an eye problem a couple years ago, and they almost had to have surgery way back here because the eye was actually twisted in place crosswise. So
Well,
be careful.
She's whining.
That's okay.
Hurry up. And this one's a whining too.
She just came in from
I
outside.
think she wants to be with her.
Well, she can come in.
Come on, you can come in, he said. Maybe she's wanting to be with her mom. I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, the drops that they're having me called Refresh, it's actually helping, and I actually got to read 4 chapters of a book so far. But I am taking I'm just reading so much, and once my eye starts blur,
Yeah.
I stopped reading for that day.
Now I know you've read some Riley Sager. Do you like Riley?
Yeah, I like
Okay.
Riley.
Because I'm waiting for a book, The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager.
I got that book.
Is that good?
I haven't read it.
Okay. Well,
it's
we can
not-
do a readathon once I get it in a few weeks if you want. Or
Yeah, we can do that, and then have a talk, and talk about it afterwards.
that's fine. The other one I got reserved is a newer book called How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. And I like Grady.
I never read nothing of his, and that's the first time I heard of that book. So
Yeah, Grady's actually done some really good books.
yeah. So how you doing, Mr. J? Anyhow, the first book I'm going to show you that I'm looking forward to read next month is by Nick Matantis or something like that, and that's The Sabbath.
That one I'd want to read.
So that's one of my top 10. These ain't in no order, and it is. It sounds good. It really does. I'm not going to read it because some people like going into books surprised, and some people don't. So that's one of the books I'm looking forward to that I picked out. I'm looking for more than 10, but I'm just pulled out the top 10. And here's something. Dead Man's Hand by James J. Butcher.
Never heard of that one.
It's new, and James J. Butcher is the son of Jim Butcher.
Oh, I knew the name sounded familiar, and I didn't know if they were related or not. So
Yeah.
I like Jim Butcher, so I definitely would take a chance at him.
Right. I mean, let me get. Now, I will read this little section if I can find my reading glasses. Where are they? Oh, they're there. Sorry. I'm trying to stick with my prescription bifocals. It says, in the tradition of his renowned father, James J. Butcher's debut novel is a brilliant urban fantasy about an inexperienced witch on the run who will need to throw out the magical rule book to solve the murder of his former mentor. So he is doing the steps.
I just found it at the library,
Yep.
so I could reserve it.
So this here's his debut novel. I just got this not too long ago, and I picked this up from the Sci-Fi Book Club. So you can pick up some good books from Sci-Fi, but it does seem like he is following in his father's footsteps for urban fantasy.
Yeah, now that you showed that book, I went to the library. It's like, well, we've had it in for a while. All you got to do is reserve it.
Now, of course, this is the number one I must read next year.
Thank you, Mr. J. Appreciate it. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to you, too.
Merry Christmas, Mr. J. But this book here is my number one book to read next year, not only because I love the series, but because it ends the first series. And that is
Which
The
is
Witch
no name.
No Name by Kim Harrison. That is the last book. And then, I really do love this series. And I can't wait to get to the other ones. So now I do have. I don't know if these is in order or not, and I don't care. I do have the 3 books here that I've got so far from the new Hollow series as well. That's the American Demon. And then we got the $1 Million Demon. I do only have the first 3 because that's all that's out. And Trouble with the Curse. So,
Well, if you don't mind, this is a book I'm looking forward to next year.
DMV. Oh, Bentley Little. Can't go wrong.
It comes out on Erica's birthday, July 27th, and me and
Yeah.
her both read his book. So, I mean, how much horror can you imagine at the Department of Motor Vehicles?
I
much-
can imagine why.
Let's just say you already get headaches, so just imagine his spin on it.
But you can't go wrong with Bentley Little.
No, I love him. I still got to read Gloria, and that's my number one for this year. I've had it since last year. I just haven't picked it up yet.
I read a few of his books. I just haven't found in my price range. Because I like going to these book shows that you buy books really cheap. I like buying the books from the library to help them out.
Yeah, that's awesome, Mr. J. Now, if you don't know Grady Hendrix, he's the one that did. He's the book I got into by him was My Best Friend's Exorcism.
Right.
I actually got Erica to read it too.
Yeah.
It's more teen adult, but it's still okay.
Well, there's a lot of people like YA.
Yeah, young adult is what I meant.
Now me, I got a couple that's why. I actually am reading a series of called Virals, and that's by Kathy. What is her last name?
Kathy Reichs?
Yeah, and what she did, she took the Virals and she's using her main character in her main books. She's using her niece, which is a teenager, in the Virals.
Now, have you read that book yet, Virals?
Yes, I love that book, the Virals. I got the other 3 books. Now the thing is, if you read e-books and stuff, there is more books to that series.
No, they have it at the library, but it's a different cover.
Right?
Well, that's why I'm glad it came on, because if you have some books I don't have, maybe like you said, we can do some readathons and talk about it and stuff.
Right.
Because I'm finding a lot that you're mentioning at the library. So
Yeah. Now here's one. Now this is the first book in the series. I do have the second, and but I ran out of 10. This is the 10th book I picked, and this is by Cherry Priest, and it's The Bone Shaker.
who's it by?
Cherry Priest, Cherie.
Oh, okay. I just found it. I found another one called Bone Shaker by Kate Milford.
Okay. This here is a steampunk series.
Okay. Well, it's just funny. I look it up and I find a different author.
Right. Well, it's American. You didn't find more than one, because usually I type in something and I come up with 18 different authors with the same book title. Because the one thing that they can't do is copyright the book title any longer. So anybody can write a book with the same title, but it has to be different on the inside.
Well, it sounds interesting.
Mm.
I'm reading the blurb on the library website. It actually sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah. It's in the early days of the Civil War. This one here is Frozen Klondike. So it really does sound interesting to me also.
And most people have rated it. I see everywhere between 4 and 5 stars for the book so far at the library. But yeah, I don't know why you can trust the library sites.
No, you can trust them as far as you can trust Goodreads.
There's always one that gives it a 0 rating, no matter what the book is.
Oh yeah. Now me, I won't rate a book and like there's some people goes, I gave it a 1 because I DNF'd it. I won't even rate it because if you rate it 1, you're still saying something good about it.
True.
And I don't want to give the author a false hope, so I don't do nothing with that one. No rating, no nothing. And I'm trying not to I'm trying very hard not to DNF stuff, but I can't wait to get my new glasses. I should get them sometime after the 1st, and then I'm going to be a reading fiend. I got 3 more books left, and I saved those because they are the mammoth. And one is I like to finish next year. Stephen King, The Stand. I'd like to finish that. I'm only on chapter 5. The other one I'd like to finish, which is also by Stephen King, which I probably picked this book up before The Stand, is Under the Dome.
Well, I have not read the book, but I did really enjoy the TV series. It was
Well,
like 14 hours.
Well, I'm really enjoying the book, so that's the main thing. I'm really enjoying the book. I just got caught up on some readathons, and I think I'm going to cut out the readathons and try to find people that might want to buddy read, and then we can talk about on a live about what we thought of the book, because nobody's going to agree on the book 100%.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what I'm thinking too. If I can find more people to buddy read, that's kind of why I'm on the library site. So if I see somebody mentions something in a recording or something, I find it. It's like, okay, cool.
Right. Well, then right there, we can tag up, and what we could do is talk about, the buddy read one, then on one of our channels go live and talk about it. Then in the next book we better read, we can go to the other person's channel and talk about it, and just back and forth.
Now, I hope everybody gets involved. I like to see a full panel on the same book. Everybody has different opinions, and it's like, okay, hey, I didn't think about it that way.
Right. So I will put out something stating that. You put out something stating that, and because sometimes I won't have the book, and I'm one of those people. If I don't have the book, I don't read it. I don't borrow nothing from the library. I do support the library around here by going and buying the books from them. But
I just go to the library a lot because, one, it's like a little strip mall with a bunch of shopping places.
Right.
That's right near the grocery store, and it's right across the street where I go all the time. So why not?
Well, I don't like to be pushed. And if I pick up a book from the library, I got a time limit.
Well, that's the one thing I love about here. They erased the time limit. What they do is if you don't return it after 3 months, they bill you for it. But you can re-reserve it even after 2.5 months as long as you let them know for another 30 days. So
Okay.
3 months should be ample time to read.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But around here, I don't know how long you got. I know you can take out like, what is it, 23 books at a time?
Yeah, they changed the policy to a lot of libraries because they figure 30 days ain't enough. Life gets in the way. So now they give you almost 3 months per material.
Yeah, but I got over 400 books I need to read. That's right here.
I'm down to only 119. I got to grab some more books. I actually got a point where if I get a few more subscribers, I actually do a book giveaway.
Yeah. But
and I made room for another 50 books, so that should cover me for the year.
No, the thing is, I'm pretty sure you read the Under the Dome and The Stand already.
The Stand I have not read, but I've seen the movie, all 3 versions.
Okay, well, if you want, that's one we can buddy read.
Okay.
I'm only on chapter 5.
No, the one I get a lot of hate for, but I really enjoyed was Insomnia. But that's a long book.
I have that, but I haven't picked. I've had it on my TBRs, but I never. Something always went wrong, and I never read it. Now, here's another one that I'm looking forward to reading next year, which I've been looking forward to read this for the last 2 years, and that's Dune.
Okay, I have not read it. I've seen the movie, and I have not read the second version that came out last year on DVD and Blu-ray.
All right, but I did write about it. I love the green.
Yeah, I like the colored ones.
But I only paid $5 for that at Barnes and Noble.
It's worth it when you get them for that cheap, especially the hardcover.
Right.
Hardcover are pricey.
All right, but those are the 10 books I'm looking forward to in 2023, and I hope Mr. J does a great thing of reading. And the thing is, it doesn't matter what level you're at in your reading. And that's where a lot of people thinks, I can't do videos because I read this level and I'm this old. It doesn't matter. Here on BookTube, we have people our age reading grade school books. I mean, they read other books, but they do read the grade school book because they enjoy it. And then plus they can get more read that way. So it doesn't matter what level that you're at reading. You just read. That's the main thing.
Yeah, I got to go through my bookshelf to see what I want. There's so many I want to pick up, and I can't read them all at the same time. You know what I mean?
Well, I got probably over 115 books now picked out. And I know I probably could do the top 50 in a heartbeat out of those, because there's a lot of books I'm expecting. I can't wait to read next year. But I think I'm going to get out of the readathons and stuff and try to get more books read where they're in time limit. Unless a friend of mine does it for a month or so, then that's different. That's always different. So, and in September I always do my sister readathon, a sister readathon, because people likes that. And then in August I usually do birthday readathon, because that's my birthday, and my sister's is in September, so that's why I do those two. And I always try to go into the Halloween readathons, but before that, before that time, before August, I'm thinking about staying out of the readathons and just do read what I can.
Yeah, I set my schedule, so I'm going to set aside reading for Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
And whatever the rest of the week comes out with.
Well, that's why I do the spare time reading. You never know what time that's going to pop up. It's whenever I get some spare time. And that's what it's all about. Guys, we can't read 24/7 like some people.
Yeah, that and the fact that I'm getting into a lot of new genres. I'm still reading horror, but I'm looking at fantasy and sci-fi now, and even like the teen, like you said, the teen adult ones. I'm getting more into that kind of stuff now.
Right.
So. Young adult.
Right. So I mean, it's a great. Books is great. Now, I prefer a book over a movie any day. The only time I go and watch my TV is football, sports.
Yeah.
That's the only time I watch TV. So it's really been dragging me down that I can't read the last, month or so.
Oh, and don't forget, I don't know if they have it there, but over here, they have the whole triple header on TV today, all 3 games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're all on the same station, too.
Okay, at 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 8 o'clock.
Yep, I'm surprised that I can watch all 3 games. That never happens.
But at least next Saturday there ain't no football.
Yeah, it's all Thursday, Sunday, and Monday. And then you only got 1 week left till the playoffs.
Yep. And that's going to be something else. Now I got to say, Cowboys beating the Eagles, that there was a surprise, but wasn't a surprise.
Well, it did kind of throw me off. It's like Philadelphia couldn't hold on to the ball.
Yeah.
How many times they drop it? What, 4, 5, 6 times? Or got it taken from them?
Probably, but I never got to watch it because I was at the family had Christmas dinner last night, and
that's fine.
And
I happened to catch part of it, and I watched the highlights. It's like, how many times can you drop the ball?
And another thing that surprised me was the Texans.
Yeah,
They won again. That's what surprised me, them winning.
what surprised me is how bad the Lions did.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, you guys win all these games in a row, and then all of a sudden you lose? That's terrible.
But
And who thought the Saints were going to win? I mean, come on.
right. Now there's something I can't do. I cannot watch a movie or read a book that's about sports.
Yeah, I can't either.
I mean, I never could do that. Now I am thinking about joining now if that one guy does that Western readathon, I might join him in March because it's March Roundup or something that he does.
Yeah, you talk about Westerns a lot, so I thought I'd do something different last night. I actually did a game stream on a new Western game that came out last night.
Oh, really?
It
And
came out on the phone like 2 days ago, so I figured, let me try it, see what happens. It's actually kind of fun.
oh, cool. But yeah, I like Westerns. Not only are they nice and thin most of the time, especially the older ones, but it seems like they read faster.
Well, I will say my dad never got into books until he found Louis L'Amour.
Right.
Then he couldn't stop reading.
Now, my mom was a big Louis L'Amour and Max Zane. I mean Zane Grey and Max, whatever his name was. My mom was a big Western fan. She was a big the author of the Tarzan series. I do have a few more paperbacks up there that I might be picking out, but I thought I had I got it. I got 2 piles of mass market paperbacks that I'm going to be reading.
Yeah, I wish I had my stepmom's collection. She's got every Stephen King book that ever came out.
Yeah. No,
she's pretty religious, but she can't not have Stephen King.
right. And I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, thing is, a lot of his stuff could happen if you believe, especially insomnia. Everybody, quite a few people has it. Who knows? Something weird might show up when you can't sleep. Like I said, I haven't read it yet, but
Well, I will say there are some slow parts. Yes, there's a slow parts in there, but overall, I think it's a decent read.
that's good.
Oh, and I forgot to tell you, you know who Anne Rice is, right?
Yes.
They are now making a TV series based on The Witching Hour.
Okay.
It's actually they almost finished the first season filming already.
Well, I hope they don't screw it up like they did the second movie that they did.
Yeah, I hope they don't mess it up like they tried to do a TV series on My Best Friend's Exorcism, and it just totally bombed. They don't even got the right characters in there. The characters don't even portray the people they're supposed to portray the right way. It's just done completely wrong.
Right. So Christopher is making money on his mama, which is nothing wrong with that. I'm sure his mom would approve. But it depends how long because the thing is that what screwed up the second movie is Anne Rice did not sell the books of the movies to Hollywood. She rented them and gave them a time limit that they could use them for.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And the first one came out, which is Interview with the Vampire. That was a good movie. And then they waited so long to get the second one out that they had to combine the second and third book together to make the second movie. And that's what made that bomb for me. That's what made that bomb for me.
Yeah.
They had to use the second and third because their time limit was up. So hopefully Christopher's as smart as his mama on that one.
And I think, to tell the truth, I think this is the year for the second, third generation of writers.
Yeah.
Like you said, Christopher Rice. You got Joe Hill. Owen Hill's talking about writing another book by himself this time.
Well, Owen actually has a few books out, but he writes more like his mama, mysteries.
Yeah, but the rumor is Owen and Joe are going to get together and make a book, TV show, or movie and graphic novel together, which I think would be cool.
Yeah. And the thing is, here's something that a lot of people don't know. Everybody knows that Steve's wife is a author.
Yep.
Owen's wife is an author.
I didn't know that.
And Joe's wife is an author.
That I didn't know either.
So they can honestly say that they are a writing family. Now, Stephen's daughter don't write. She is a pastor of a church, and she does not look kindly on her parents and brothers writing.
Oh, you always got one in the family that's like that. You know, we all have one relative we can't stand.
But the thing is, I'm sure if she is in debt or something, she always calls up daddy and mommy, and they pay her way out.
Well, they're family. You're supposed to help people out, but you can only help them so far, and then you say, "Okay, that's enough."
Right. But they don't put her down for it. The only reason why I found out all this stuff because I was watching the interview with Stephen King, and he was talking about his family and how proud he is of all of his family, including his daughter. But that's how I found out that Joe's and Owen's wives are also authors. But I think most of them are mystery writers. Some might be mystery writers. Some of them might be cozy mystery.
Oh, this one I'm going to have to look into. I've never heard of Infested by Stephen King.
Infested? No.
Must be a new one. I went to thrift books, and all of a sudden it's like, when did this book come out?
All right. Now the thing is, let's see.
You know who Lee Bardu is, right?
Yeah,
Bardugo? Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got a new one out next year called Hellbent.
awesome. I love the Nymph House.
Yeah, I haven't got into it. I had it and I returned it, and I got to get into it.
It's a great book. It really is. It has a lot to do with the ghost and that kind of stuff. Rituals. But I have to give kudos to anybody that is going to start reading again, or that is planning on start reading for the first time, because we need more readers out there. And it doesn't matter if you listen to the audio, the read the ebooks, or the paperback. I mean, or the physical copy. Me, I'm that type of person that I like to feel it in my hand. I mean, that's just me. I like to feel the book in my hand. How about you? Doug?
I prefer to hold a book, but when my hands get a little shaky, then I'll throw it. Then I'll either do audio or ebook. But I know you have problems with ebook, so I understand.
It's my eyes that has the problems with it.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe maybe with the new glasses and stuff, maybe it might change. I don't know.
Now I see Laura K. Hamilton's got a new one out next year too.
Yeah.
I figured you're probably familiar with Laura Hamilton.
I have heard, and I might have read one or two, but I can't remember what she wrote.
One of my favorite authors, Christopher Golden. He's more fantasy, but he's doing his first horror called All Hallows.
Awesome.
Comes out the end of January. He's always done fantasy, but this time he wanted to mix fantasy and horror together. So it's got me really intrigued because I love his fantasy stuff.
Right.
Blake Crouch, yeah, I definitely love his books.
Yeah.
Preston and Child's new one. Yeah, because I think Blake Crouch has done some amazing stuff. And I'm sure you've heard other people talk about Blake's books like Dark Matter, Recursion.
Yeah.
He did that TV series Wayward Pines.
I've never seen that. Then again,
That is completely out there.
yeah.
It's more, it mixes fantasy, sci-fi, and horror all together in one.
Awesome. Now the thing is, that's what got me wondering if I can get through this one, because I know Frank Herbert writes weird, and he's the only one that can do it. That makes sense, but I'm not a big sci-fi fan. I mean, honestly, only reason why I picked up the Hollow series in the first time, in the first place, because I went to Barnes and Noble, and I seen it. I read the first, the back of the first one, and then they had like 4 or 5, so I picked them all up and bought them, and I really fell in love with that.
Yeah, it's like Erica. We started reading some urban fantasy, or what some people call paranormal romance, depending on how you look at it, or how deep it gets into the romantic part, so to speak.
Right.
But we tried a couple books, and we figured, okay, we'll try this one. And the first Kim Harrison book, she was hooked. She had, okay, where's the rest of them? They ain't out yet.
But yeah, I got a few paranormal romance and suspense romance that I'm going to give a try. I'm not big on romance as far as pure romance like Harlequin and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. I'm not a big, and Harley Quinn and some of these others are too Oprah Winfrey-ish.
Yeah.
Because we all know that Oprah Winfrey has her own publisher. And there has been a few books done by her publishing company that have been okay, but most of them are just too romantic for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I never read nothing, doing has anything to do with Oprah Winfrey because I figured that I wouldn't like them anyway. So I'm going to disappear for a second, but I'm still here. Now, besides the fourth book of Kim Harrison's second series of The Hollows, what other books are coming out this year? You know?
I just was there too. I have to go back to it, but there is a lot of must-read books this year for horror. Like the Grady Hendrix book, that's one of the most looked at. And 23. There's a lot of authors I'd never heard of, to tell the truth.
Right.
Like Jessica Johns' Bad Creed, never heard of. Craig DeLuey, episode 13. I do have Gothic I read by Philip Francisca.
Right.
I thought it was a little slow, to tell the truth. And of course, if you know horror, you know Stephen Graham Jones. He does the best of the year stuff every year. And he's got a notebook coming out called Don't Fear the Reaper.
Oh, that sounds good.
So that is Don't Fear the Reaper.
Awesome.
And then there's another one called Spite House by Johnny Copton. There's a lot of authors coming out this year I've never heard of.
I got a lot of books here done by authors I never heard of, but they intrigued me. Like Cherry Priest, I never heard of her until about the first Bone Shaker book, and then I seen the other one pretty cheap, so I bought that one, the second one.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about this Leopold Gut.
Yeah.
He did A Head Full of Ghosts, and now he's doing a new horror novel called Pinata. It just sounds so odd. I almost want to pick it up.
Now the thing is, this book here, the one I'm reading,
Yep.
it is the first of this. It is the first in a new series, but the thing is, it came out in 2016. So all the books should be done, hopefully, and I'm going to be looking for those and see where that takes me.
And there's another one I found that's really interesting. It's by Katrina Monroe called Graveyard of Lost Children.
Hmm.
And then The Salt Grows Heavy by Cassandra Kah. But those are the only ones I see that are like definite reads.
Right.
Oh, and I do have Fairy Tale. I haven't not started it yet by Stephen King.
I don't have it yet.
That's still on the pricey side, so you might have to wait a little while.
Well, if I see it over there in the book club, then I'll just get it for $14.99.
Yeah, I'm glad I got a library because I ain't spending $36 on it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's ridiculous anyway.
I still have Firemen by Joe Hill. I haven't read yet. I get so far into it and then I put it down, never open it back up.
No. Now I'm thinking about trying even the books I got, I'm trying to get them in soft cover, which is what I call these, the soft covers. Because the hardbacks are getting way too expensive. And I'm finding out that I do enjoy the floppy covers a little bit more. But, well, I'm going to get off of here, and thank you for coming up and talking to me about this.
Yep. I figured there's a couple things that would be helpful for you to know about. So.
Oh, yeah. And I was glad that I got to tell you some stuff that you didn't know.
Yeah. I actually found those books at the library, so I reserved them. They should be in about a week or two. So,
Yeah. Especially James J. Butcher. Now, the thing is, with James J. Butcher, I seen the name, and before I ordered it, and I go, he's trying to write on Jim Butcher's coattails. You know, James J. Butcher, Jim Butcher.
yeah, and I will say I did enjoy the Dresden Files when it was out. I still watch an old episode from time to time.
And then I decided to go ahead and order it to just check it out. And then when I got it, it said right at the top, it said that Jim Butcher was his dad. So I see him writing on the coattails of Jim Butcher for that one. But that's another thing I give kudos to Joe. He didn't want to write on Stephen King's or his mom's coattails.
Yeah, and if you read the covers or the extras after Joe Hill books, he didn't want to be known as the second generation. He wanted to do his own thing. He never even wanted to get into writing.
Right.
Now, a lot of his stuff reminds me of like a newer, more updated millennial type version of what King wrote.
Right.
And some of the stuff I even like better.
Right. But the thing is, they wasn't going to let that. They wasn't going to let nobody know this. But Jim Butcher was doing a interview, and he let it slip.
Uh-oh.
And it's, oh shit, Joe's going to kill me now. But he did let it slip, and because somebody asked him what he thought about Joe Hill, and he goes, he's a great author and a great son.
And he has done a few good movies and TV series.
Yeah. Yeah, but he did start out with graphic novels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, I wish King would have done that more often. I kind of wish there would have been some King graphic novels so I could have got into them earlier than I did.
Well, I got some comics of the Dark Tower series.
Yeah, that's how I read the Dark Tower series, because I found all the graphic novels, all 8 of them, at the same time, which is really weird. So I got to read them all in a month.
Yeah. And then he also has The Stand out in graphic novels.
The Stand I can't find up here, but I will keep looking for it.
Yeah, well, I know it's out in comic book form. You know, the little thin comics.
Yeah.
That's what I got both of them in, is a little thin comics. And but it's going to be, but he does have both of those out. One thing I can say is, even though they're graphic novels, you still need to read the book, because there's still a lot of stuff left out of it.
Well, there's always going to be in some stuff, but it gives you an idea what it's like, and I think they should do more of that stuff. Yeah.
Now, the thing is, I heard the Hollows started a TV series, and they messed it up so bad that it didn't. It only aired the first show.
Yeah, let's just say Kim Harrison was not happy because they totally messed it up.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go, and I hope everybody has a great Christmas. Enjoy your meals, Paul, and I hope.
Yeah. Good thing is everything will be done right in time for the 12 o'clock game, or you said, the 1 o'clock game. So,
Right.
all right. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to everybody. I hope everybody has a great Christmas. And if I don't see you, have an awesome New Year.
Yeah. And everybody, Merry Christmas. And for those that don't celebrate Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Yep.
So, but I'm American, so I'm going to say Merry Christmas, but I will say Happy Holidays to everybody else.
Yeah. Everybody here in this state, if you say Merry Christmas, they understand it's Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever. It's just an understanding we have here in our state where if you say one, okay, well, I understand you meant that, but you didn't know I was Jewish or you didn't know I did Kwanzaa, but it all means the same thing.
But I'm saying that because of the different countries that watches my channel.
I will let other people know for people that don't celebrate or want someone to talk to, or like my wife did a short video earlier. If you're having a down holiday, don't be afraid to reach out and talk to somebody. Right. Whether I'm having a holiday or not, you can always message me or Paul or someone else. Because there's a lot of people I know that get depressed around the holiday season.
Oh, yeah.
So don't be afraid to reach out and talk to somebody.
Yep, that's true. We're always here for you, and it don't cost you a cent.
And if I don't get back to you, believe me, I will get back to you. I'm here all day. I'm probably here at least till the 1st. So, yeah, I'm sure Paul's the same way. If somebody needs to talk to you, you're available. Usually when I do stuff, I turn Do Not Disturb on my phone, and then I check messages afterwards. But I'm leaving the Do Not Disturb off for the whole week in case something happens and somebody needs to talk about something.
Awesome. There you go, people. So we'll talk to y'all later. Keep reading. Keep enjoying the fantasy that's in your head, and we'll talk to y'all later.
All right. Thank you again, Paul.
Yep. Thank you for coming up.